Thank you, Vijay, for your patience. Thanks for waiting. So, you working in a very sensitive domain, which has also been affected big time by the advent of AI, right? And then there is this whole financial influencing thing that's happening. Everybody is a financial guru these days. There are companies working in the B2B and B2C models around and about AI, but in general, AI and finance have not been having a good relationship, right?
Yeah.
What is it that you do which differentiates or rather builds the bridge between both of these natures?
See, I think fundamentally Zoop has been a data company. When I say data company, one of our main focus have been how to bring data which is useful, which is consumable, right? So one of the problem that you see with finance and AI today is that it's trained on data that's out there, but it's not verified. It's not kind of vetted, right? So what we do is we bring vetted data into the space. So if you're using AI on top of it, right, think of it like it's very personalized to your own data itself, right? It's not kind of making decisions based on what is generally out there, right? We put guardrails there to kind of ensure that when it's consuming that data, it's not putting out results which are maybe dangerous to the user. But I think, right, we are not there yet. While using financial data, care has to be taken. Also, a lot of companies don't understand the value of anonymization, that you can use data after anonymizing it.
Correct.
It's not necessary to kind of consume data as is, right?
Yeah.
You can anonymize it and then you can train on things, right? So build that relationship with your user, get that data and then train on it. I would say that's there. We can help you get the data, but consent is yours and ethics are yours. That's what we say to our customers. So, yeah.
Right. So, there's been a lot of governance specifically, and RBI and SEBI both have been very protective around and about financial data.
Yeah.
And companies also have their protocols and compliances to follow when it comes to financial integrity, data integrity.
Yeah.
What happens then because these laws are going to get stricter and stricter and stricter, which means the restrictions will always be imposed on training models.
Yeah.
On even if the data is masked, there will be a limitation to it, right? So what happens to the evolution then?
Yeah. See, I think the thing today is that government is doing this to protect us only.
Of course,
right?
absolutely.
So a lot of time companies think that, okay, I'll lose access to X data, Y data, right? And so there used to be a concept of zero party data, first party data, third party data, right? Where you're getting data from some third parties, you're getting data from, let's say, first party, which is your own products. Then you're getting data from zero party where you're directly talking to the user. I want this data from you, right? To do certain things, like to train certain models, right? What government is saying is that at least stop the third party part, right? And if you're doing third party, at least ask the user that I'm going to use this data, right? The problem there is regulations will be there. They'll definitely slow down the things, but that's for better. That's first. Second is, again, as I said, it's the relation or it's the value that you're delivering for your user, right? If I talk particularly about India, right, what happens is security takes a backseat if you're getting convenience.
Yeah.
Right? This is what you've seen, right?
Correct.
You'll give whatever data is there if you're getting convenience, right? So I think education is one thing that can solve this. Like people don't understand how their data is consumed, right? That's one. But I would say the responsibility then comes onto these companies who are building on top of this data, right? You cannot expect government to educate everything. If you'll educate them that, okay, we'll use this data this way, this is what you'll do, this is what you'll do, right? And bring the transparency, right? Then I think people will be more open to giving you that data and kind of, because at the end, the shoe that I want to buy, if it's coming into my kind of suggestions, that's okay, right? I don't want start in seeing baby toys even if I don't have a baby, right? It's good to get right recommendations.
Correct.
But there has to be, I think government should, even if government puts kind of, you can say, barriers there, guardrails there, right? It's up to the companies to kind of follow that. And I would say, and train users also, because they don't understand, to be honest, right? If they don't understand, then you exploit them and then you'll get penalized. So kind of, I would say, as companies, it's a lot of our responsibility also.
So one last question before I thank you for your time and patience. Do you see that happening? Do you see that shift happening where companies are talking to the end user and creating an awareness within them?
Not today. I'll be very honest. It's not happening today because it's available, right? The data is available, right? If you talk about DPDP Act, it's still kind of coming in, right? When it comes and companies try to implement it, there'll be a kind of cycle to that also.
Correct.
So it will happen eventually, right? Like we keep listening GDPR, right? And now people outside in developed countries or in many countries understand what GDPR is, right? So I think until unless we reach that educative state, the data will get exploited. That's the problem. And I think that's where we also sit in place when we are building this new product, which is UDI, Unified Data Interface. The idea is to tell user upfront what a company is requesting, right? And for what purpose they are requesting and for how long they are requesting, right? So that is also one way we are trying to kind of see if we can help. And we have our own app where we try to educate people about how they should use their data, where they should share their data and all of that.
Right.
So I would say definitely not there. It's a long way to go, but yeah, it's possible.
One day.
Yeah, it's possible.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
This
Yeah,
was a very short conversation. I'd love to continue this at a more deeper level on the
definitely.
show.
Definitely.
Like sometime, in the near future. I'll surely
Sure,
reach out. But for today, thank you for waiting. Thanks for your patience.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure meeting you.